Welcome back. Let's take you to a developing story now. A metrorail train near Century City is on fire. For the latest on this story, we're joined now by Angus Mackenzie. He's on the line to us from the city of Cape Town. Angus, thanks very much for your time. What's the latest information you have from Century City?
Good evening, Michelle. What we do know at the moment is that 2 or 3 carriages is on fire. We don't know the cause of the fire, and we also don't know if we have any injuries. Fire crew has literally arrived on the scene about 10-15 minutes ago, so it's still very early and very fresh at the moment. So it's going to be very interesting to see what comes out of this investigation and out of what's actually taken place here.
Yes, certainly, and some clarity also on the motive behind, if indeed this is a case of arson, the motive behind that. I mean, one can understand commuters are rightfully so incredibly frustrated with the train situation in your city.
Michelle, let me explain to you the situation we currently have. We only have 30 carriages left that we are working with to service the entire Western Cape. 5 years ago, we had over 700,000 people make use of the rail infrastructure network. Today, we're down to less than 100,000 people. 600,000 people have found their ways onto our roads, and if they've not found our ways onto the road, they've probably lost their job because they can't get to work any longer. So this is a major problem, and it's a huge crisis, and I would really implore that PRASA understands and not just makes press conferences, but understands the urgency and the need to address this problem. We have the Central Line, which accommodates just onto 40% of PRASA Western Cape's revenue, that has effectively collapsed already. It doesn't run at all anymore. And now we have the Northern Line, and we have this issue on the Northern Line. So it's a huge problem and something that must be addressed very seriously by PRASA and metrorail.
I mean, a new PRASA administration, 40-odd days or so at the helm of a very troubled rail agency. As you say, that Central Line now promises that it will be partially restored at least by September of this year, fully restored only by next year. One can just imagine just what that will mean for, as you say, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of commuters.
It's effectively catastrophic, and I hate to seem as if I'm over-exaggerating the issue, but here's the reality. I've got my own personal lady that works at my home that can't pitch for work on a Monday morning, and what do I have to fire her because she can't come to work? No, I can't. So it's absolutely catastrophic what is taking place on this line. Whether this is arson, I think it's critically important that SAPS gets a higher investigation authority, like even the Hawks involved, because clearly the 2 miners that were arrested a couple of weeks ago, the ring stems are a whole lot further than these 2 individuals. So this is a serious problem and one that cannot just be blown away.
Angus, before we let you go, as you've described to us just a moment ago, 33 out of 88 train sets, only 33 of them are operational in your province. What are the plans from the City of Cape Town to help alleviate some of the pressure from people who, as we know, wake up at 3, 4 in the morning to make it on time to jobs?
So there's a couple of things that we've done. We've obviously got the My City bus system, which runs 43 routes, of which 2 routes are an issue at the moment in Khayelitsha and Mitchells Plain. That's one. The second thing, we've got a very good working relationship with Golden Arrow that's been able to pick up a lot of that slack. We have the taxi industry as well that's assisting. But further than that, what the city has just recently done is we have instituted a feasibility study, which will take some time. It will take a couple of years for us to get the complete answer on it, to identify whether or not the city in itself can take over the rail network in the city of Cape Town. I don't foresee PRASA being able to sort this out. I don't think there's the willingness. I don't think there's the appetite to sort it out. The rail infrastructure that we currently have is the very same rail infrastructure we had before 1994, and nothing has been done since 94 until today. So we need to find different solutions. We need to find a different way, and I sincerely hope that the National Department of Transport and the Minister himself is willing to look at the ideas that the city is willing to put forward to try and make commuters' lives a whole lot easier and evidently to grow the economy and create more jobs.
Yeah, I think many commuters will agree with you. That limited service that we've been promised to be restored by September just doesn't seem good enough. Thanks very much for your time this evening. That's Angus Mackenzie joining us there on the line from the City of Cape Town. And it's a developing story we are tracking for you. A metrorail train near Century City is on fire.